Okay, so I'm going to decorate this bag. I'm using, this is a felt bag, and I'm using the Modge Podge, and it is fabric Modge Podge. That'll be back to front because it's in selfie mode. And I'm just painting it on fairly liberal. I'm going to be covering up probably some of that embroidery on there, all of it, whatever I decide. So first things first is to cover it with this. And you've got to do it liberal because it's a felt. You want it to go into all those little grooves. So we put it on quite liberal, and it has to be the fabric Modge Podge. There are different types of Modge Podge, but I thought if you don't want to sew this bag to decorate it, you can decorate it with Modge Podge. And I'm also going to use the clear vinyl over the top and give it a clear vinyl look at the end. And let's go over that. And yeah, and that will give it a completely new look. So cover up the whole area with the Modge Podge. I've already pre-cut some pieces of fabric and I've rough cut everything, so nothing is beautifully trimmed. If you want to do that, you can fussy cut really carefully, but for what I wanted to do, I'm just going to do it nice and quick. So get that right up into that groove, but trying to stay away from going over the vinyl. So we can cover it all. This is a great project to do also with the kitty lids because there's no sewing involved, nothing that's going to poke or prod them. It's a water-based product, so if you get it on your hands or your clothes, it will wash out. As long as you do it before it dries, of course. If you wait until it dries, it might not come out so easily. Just over that embroidery area, I'm putting a thick lot. And up to these edges. And right up to the edge of the bag there. If you have it too thin, it won't stick well. So make it liberal, and it's a pretty quick project too. So I'll just do this other side. Nice big blob. And being felt, you need to make it liberal. If it was just a fabric bag, you might not need to do it as liberal. But we want that Modge Podge to go into all the fibres of the felt. All right, so that's pretty much done. Put the Modge Podge aside, and it's covered. So now I'm basically going to start sticking this stuff down. Now, I've sort of just placed them wherever. Just get that brush that I've been using. You can just push it down like that for now. You can just place it on while you've still got time. You can then pick it up and move it. If it becomes a nuisance, you don't want it there or whatever. But I'm overlapping. I've sort of pre-cut them with some have got semi-straight edges and some haven't. So if you want to pick something up and move it before you put any more Mod Podge on, you can. So I'm just placing that up there, and a light coloured one. I'll actually pop that underneath here. I did have it all placed out nicely, and then I moved things, so now it's moved. Just go over this side maybe. Nice big swirly one there. That up, place it over the top. And you just keep going until you get the look you want. If you get a bit of you can always trim if you go over the edge of your vinyl. You can always trim it. You can pick it up and still move it at this point. I'm not sort of worried too much if I have a little bit of felt showing. It's not going to be really that noticeable. And being batik, if I need to flip it, I can, which helps. Okay, there's a couple little spots I can add little bits to. I've got scissors and a bit of fabric, so I can just cut out some random shapes and cover those areas like that. It's a real collage, but not really creating an actual picture of anything. It's just a collage of fabric I just happen to have. Pop that under there. That's the dog in the background you can hear. All right. And a little bit here. And a little bit up there. Go that way. All right. So they're all sort of stuck down, doing their job. And now we're going to do the Mod Podge over the top. Actually underneath some of these overlappings. We want them to stick. So we're just going to place some Mod Podge underneath. Just a little bit first, just to help them stick. And then we're going to get the Mod Podge and going to cover it. With this, it will dry clear. You can lift up ones that you think need to be lifted. And once we've done this with a layer of Mod Podge, you might get some creases. You can work them out, like push them out with your brush. Just work on a little bit at a time. And once it all dries, we're going to then cover it in a clear vinyl. So we're going to turn our felt bag into a clear vinyl bag. I'm just going to get that excess off there. And there. All right. Okay, so we've got it all covered. I do have little lips of it here that I need to get under, so I'll do that now. Just drop that down there, just because it's gone dry before I've had a chance to get to it. All right, let's check around the sides. It's all fairly good. A little bit of a bump there, smooth it out. It's about as good as it's getting. And I'm going to dry it and we'll be back soon. Okay, so once we've got it dry, which is here, it's still a bit tacky. Probably should wait till it dries completely, and then I'm just going to move that camera a little, and then you'll be able to do a second layer of modge, or you could even do the Heat and Bond clear vinyl. That's another product that you could do, and that'll turn it into like a clear vinyl as well. But I didn't want to do that until I had this completely dry. So it's still tacky. I can feel it's tacky, but I can then go and do the other side as well. So you can see it while I'm waiting for that to dry. If you've got lifting, you can always go back with the Modge Podge and put some modge underneath it. And yeah, you can decorate your own bag and turn it into like a vinyl. So there we go. Any which way you like. That's pretty cool. So yeah, and if you decide there's something on it you don't like, you can always come back, put some more over the top of it, or whatever you sort of want to do. But that turns that, I've got, you can see it's felt there, into like a vinyl bag. And it'll be all tactile. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to keep on going and finish up doing a second layer with the liquid vinyl. And I'll show you the end result in some photos on the Facebook page. See ya.